Good afternoon, I'm Susan. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do something different. We're going to do some sandwiches. The first one we're going to do is a BLT. Now I'm going to show you first how I cook bacon. A little different from what you've seen from other people. I've got my oven preheated to 400 degrees and I've got a cookie sheet here. Now I'm going to take some foil, if I can get it with these gloves, some aluminum foil. It's going to sound loud at me. Sorry about that. There's no quiet way to tear foil. Okay, so I'm going to put the foil on the tray. Just fit it right on there snugly. Okay. Now I've got, well, this is what we put cookies on to cool. I'm going to put that right in the cookie sheet now. There. Down there real good. Now I'm going to take some PAM spray. My Parkinson's finger will work here. And I'm going to spray the top of this. Now I've got some bacon. This bacon is maple jalapeno bacon. We get it from Downtown Meats in Bemidji, and they always have great meats and something a little different. As you can see, the jalapenos on that bacon. I'm going to lay it out here. This is pretty thick bacon. Oh boy, does this smell great. Jalapenos. This is going to add just a little different flavor to our BLT. You normally fix it with just a regular maple bacon or hickory smoked bacon. Hope that doesn't fall on the floor. Our dog will have that jalapeno and she won't like that at all. Doesn't that look good? My oh my. Now I think I'm going to push this down a little, and I'm going to fit these other two pieces on there somehow. Okay. Alright, that looks good. Now I'm going to put this in the oven. Like I said, my oven's set at 400 degrees, and I'm going to bake this for probably, as thick as this stuff is, probably 25 minutes. Let me get these bacon gloves off here. Get them out of the way. So we'll put these in the oven real quick. I'm going to set the timer for 25 minutes. And we'll be back in 25 minutes and I'll show you what's going to happen. Okay, our bacon's done cooking. Now we like it a little crisp, so we cook it a little longer. It took longer than 20 minutes. It took about 30 minutes. You know, I've had a lot of comments on my cutting boards. This one happens to be from an Amish store in Buffalo, Wyoming. This one is myrtle wood. Now myrtle wood is only found on the West Coast, in Southern Oregon and Northern California, and in Israel. It's beautiful, isn't it? Just gorgeous. Now it says, I looked this up because I wasn't sure what it said about Israel, but it says it grows wild in north of Israel in Galilee, and I thought that was really something. It says a symbol of the people of the nation of Israel, and it symbolizes, myrtle wood symbolizes peace, beauty, and victory. And I thought that was just absolutely gorgeous. So I just wanted to point that out. It's a little fun fact that nobody cares about in 20 minutes. Okay, we've toasted our bread. We're getting ready to put this sandwich together. It's BLT. Now sometimes I don't even toast the bread. I just use plain old bread. We've got Oops, isn't that something? You can just make a mess. I'm sure you never make a mess in your kitchen. Alright, so you've got that. Now I have washed, when I brought it home, some red leaf lettuce, or purple leaf lettuce. I'm going to put that on the sandwich. Give it a little crunch. Ooh, that looks pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Now, we've got bacon. My husband, of course, the cameraman, already tried this. And he said it's absolutely delicious. But it's a little on the spicy side. So we'll give it a whirl here. I'm going to lay some bacon on there. I'm going to lay a slice of tomato on there. That tomato really looks good. It's so nice now to have a tomato that tastes like a tomato. Now, the next thing I do, we like a fried egg on our BLTs. Actually, we make BLT&Es. So I've got fried eggs over here. If I can get Tilly out of the way, and I'm going to put an egg right on there. Top it with this. Now I'm going to put some, we got to hold it together, otherwise it's going to go sliding all over the place. Oh my. Doesn't that look good? So that's a BLT&E, the way we eat them. Now when we come back, and I will tell you we're coming back in a couple of days, not just in a few minutes, but we're going to do some paninis. Now if you don't know what a panini is, we'll be happy to show you. When we had our cafe in Montana, some days we sold more paninis than we did burgers, which is just an absolute fluke, I thought. But anyway, we're going to come back in a couple of days because we've got the Clearwater County Fair tomorrow. So we'll see you probably on Friday. Until then, have a good day and we'll see you soon. Okay, we're back with another sandwich. I will tell you that we went to the Clearwater County Fair today and saw all the livestock and all the first place blue ribbons for baking and canning, and oh my, there was just a lot to see. A little tired. But today we're going to make a panini for supper. Now, when we had our cafe in Montana, there were days we sold more paninis than burgers. Which I know for some of you that's hard to believe. That's the way it went though. The one today we're going to fix is a roast beef. This is a really simple panini. Now what I'm going to do, I have horseradish sauce. This is Wolver's. But you can use any horseradish, or this happens to be a sauce. So what I'm going to do here is get this open. I'm going to pour a little on the top bun. These are ciabatta buns. I think we get them at Walmart. They're just kind of, they look like this before you slice them. So we're going to put some horseradish sauce. Now you can do as much of this as you want, or if you don't like horseradish, you could use mustard, would be a good one too. But we kind of like that bite, you know, that you get. It kind of clears your sinuses, you know what I'm talking about? Oh, I'm just not doing real well here getting this out. It's kind of thick. And I know I could just squeeze it out, but I'd rather not. Okay, so we got the horseradish sauce on here. Ooh, and we got it all over the cutting board. Well, that's good. That's good, that's good. Now I've got, this is French onion roast beef. It's fully cooked roast beef. We get it from Downtown Meats in Bemidji. They have excellent meats if you're in the Bemidji area. So I'm going to load this with some of this French onion roast beef. Oh boy, does that smell good? Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Okay. Get her loaded here. Now you can put as much as you want on here. I'm just going to put 2-3 slices on. I have my panini heating up. Now this is what we call panini. Whoops, it locked it. Well, I locked it there somehow. There we go. It's getting awfully hot, so we had to preheat this for a few minutes. But if you don't have a panini machine, or you could use a waffle maker too, if you have a flat side on your waffle maker. But if you don't, put it in like a iron skillet on top of the stove. Put the panini on and put a lid on top of the sandwich and load it down with like a big can of tomatoes or something. As long as it's got weight on there to push the sandwich together, you're good to go. So, okay, I've got my cheese on this one. I'll put the lid on. This is, like I said, this is a very, very simple sandwich. But my gosh, they're good. Make sure I got the sandwich on there right. Okay, let me get this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing here. I've got a dog waiting for me to drop the cheese or the roast beef. It really doesn't matter at this point which I drop. Now, we're going to put this in. What is wrong with my... Well, it keeps catching for some reason here. We may not even have a panini tonight. There we go. It's not hooking like it should. Okay, so I'm going to put the paninis in here. There's one. There's two. Now I'm just going to close this down and push it down. Alright, we're going to let that cook for a few minutes. It's going to toast on both sides. I got it quite... There we go. So we're going to cook that, or squish it down and, I guess, ironclad it right like that. Anyway, we're going to have this out in a few minutes. But I think tomorrow we're going to do another panini. And we're going to do a turkey panini. And this is so good. This is one of our favorites. Turkey, Swiss cheese, roasted red peppers, pesto. Oh my gosh, wait till you see it. It's beautiful and it tastes good. So we'll have that tomorrow. And we've got a couple more videos coming tomorrow too. Or at least we're going to make them tomorrow. They won't be ready tomorrow, but because we've got pound cake coming up. And we've got, some broccoli Alfredo. I'm going to show you a quick way to make Alfredo sauce. So you want to stay tuned for that. Well, we're getting there. It's so good, oh my gosh. Wait till we get them out here and I'll cut one up and show you. Because my cameraman is, he's ready, throwing up his hands, he's ready to eat. Late in the day, late in the day. We'll take a few minutes and be right back. Well, here we are back again. We're going to do our third sandwich, which is a turkey panini. And we sold a lot of these when we had the cafe. They're really simple to make. I've got some ciabatta buns and some pesto. Now this is just store-bought pesto. It says with hints of garlic. I'm thinking it's got more than a hint of garlic. So what I'm going to do is put pesto on the top and the bottom of the ciabatta buns.
So what is pesto? What is it?
It's just usually nuts. You can use pine nuts, walnuts, pecans. You can make it out of anything. Basil.
Looks like a lot of basil in there.
Basil. I've seen people do it with parsley too, and garlic. This I think is made with basil and pine nuts. So we're going to spread, there we go. Let me see what this has. Basil, it says basil blend, I'm not sure what that is. Parmesan cheese, garlic, Romano cheese, some odds and ends. Okay, now.
Odds and ends.
Well, you know, different spices. Odds and ends.
Okay.
All right, now I'm going to put, this is turkey from the deli. Actually, this is turkey from Downtown Meats in Bemidji, which is where we get all of our meats. Put a healthy amount of turkey on there. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is start loading it up. I've got some red onion here, or purple onion, whatever you call it. I'm going to lay some red onion on there. I'm not going to put a big
Why is purple onion different than white onion? Why would that make a difference?
They're a different onion.
No, but taste-wise.
Taste-wise, red onion I don't think is as strong as like a yellow onion.
Okay.
And if you really wanted to tame some of the heat, you could soak the red onions in water for a little while before you put it on a sandwich. That'll take some of the bite out of it too. Okay, now I've got, these are roasted peppers. These I just buy in the jar. What I don't use, I can freeze for later, which is what I'm going to do. So now I'm going to put roasted pepper on there. And that was a yellow pepper, this is a red pepper. Okay, now wipe my hands off, I'm getting a little yucky here. Now that we've got all that on there, I'm going to put a piece of Swiss cheese.
You could put other types of cheeses on there though. You could put provolone or...
You could put provolone, you could put Gouda, you could put American cheese. I like Swiss.
How about Velveeta?
Oh, you mean the quality cheese?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so, thanks.
Just a thought.
Yeah, well, keep those thoughts to yourself. We don't want that. Okay, then I'm going to put the lid on. Now I've got my panini press. It's been heating up for a little while.
You don't always have to use a panini press, so you can use like a...
Well, like I told him earlier when we did the roast beef and cheddar, you can use a skillet and put a weight on it. Like put the sandwich on the skillet, put a plate or something on it, and a large can of vegetables or something, and that'll work just the same. You don't have to. I mean, some waffle makers have flat surfaces too. So, okay, ooh, that's nice and hot. So now I'm going to put our paninis on there. gonna press them down.
How long does that take?
It's gonna take probably about 4 or 5 minutes.
Why don't we come back in 4 or 5 minutes?
Okay,
You want to do that?
good idea.
Okay.
It may take longer, we'll just have to see. Those are pretty thick. Okay, we've cooked our paninis. Don't those look good? I'll take this one off. And these are hot, hot, hot. There we go. Kind of sliding around too with that cheese. I'm gonna cut one here. Put it on a plate. Oh my, I think you'll be able to see this one better. Hot. Look at that. See the pesto and the turkey, pepper, onions. Put that on there. I'm going to throw a couple of chips on here. A couple of chips. And I have some garlic dill pickles that I made. You can smell the garlic. These were little odds and end pickles that I just put in a jar with some brine. Okay, so there you have a turkey panini, and that takes care of our 3 sandwiches. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much, those of you who have subscribed. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you just saw the channel for the first time. And until then, blessings to you and your family.